hit that. Short and sweet, fast and heavy. That's how I like it. How you doing, dude? Nice to see you again.
Yeah, very good. Good to see you.
Yeah, man. It's been happening since the last time we chatted because I was trying to remember like where did we finished off, because like we talked about your music career, the new album. I think we slowly got into horror movies, and that's when the connection kind of like faded out a bit.
I think so. And I'd been pretty sick, so it was kind of, I didn't mind the interview cutting out there.
Yeah, I had to
I wasn't as lively as what I usually am, so that's but it's good to catch up again and finish up on some questions that we didn't quite get to. So
yeah, I've noticed that you guys have a couple of tour dates coming up too in August.
Yep.
Yeah. We've just got this one here on the 3rd of August. That's pretty cool.
Yep. So
are you headlining these? You're headlining these ones?
Yeah. So we've called it the Region Hell Tour.
Yeah.
We're doing a bunch of just shows in Victoria, just because we love playing, but we don't want to overplay our own city. And it's hard to, it costs money to get on the road crazy like, and also like these towns in regional Victoria are dying to have bands come out there. Like they're very appreciative when you make the effort to get out there. So we're doing Frankston, which is still kind of part of Melbourne, but it is like an hour or so from the city. Then we've got Geelong, the Bowen Club, which I haven't stood in for so long. We're doing Ballarat and Bendigo.
Oh, nice.
We've done Mildura on the tour, on the actual album tour run. That was a regional show, but it just fit in with our tour dates. So that's why we got to do that one. But there's a few other places that we've skipped on this that we would like to play, but we'll get around to it. It's just, we're just doing what we can, and trying to not to burn ourselves out with too much stuff. But of course, we love being on the road and playing, so that's the favorite part, I think. Oh, and actually, it's all fun.
Yeah, has to be, man.
And the riding and the doing this, and then I was like, it all is fun. It's hard work, but it is fun.
Yeah, and you're also doing. Did I pop this one up? I'm pretty sure I popped this one up. It was just a different flyer.
Yeah. We've got a bunch of flyers. We've got single flyers, and that one's got all the dates on it there.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Have you played in these venues before?
Yeah, I haven't played in them all. I've been to them before. I've been to all the venues. We've played at that Singing Bird one in Frankston, which is a great place. That's like it's also a jamming studio, so lots of bands, young bands from Frankston get there and play, jam out their stuff. So I think we're playing with a bunch of bands that rehearse at that studio, and that's an all ages show. So that'll be rad. We like the all ages shows. Like, it's great to get our music out to the younger generations.
Yeah, exactly right. It's good. You remember the band Carpathian? They're like, I think they're from Melbourne. Like, a hardcore band.
Oh yeah, it's very familiar.
Yeah. I remember. They played in a little youth center place in Urundara, and fuck, that was loud. Yeah, that, and I remember seeing. This was a weird lineup, and because I grew up in Berkeley in Illawarra, so I I went and saw I Killed the Prom Queen, Bring Me Horizon, and I think it was D's Nuts.
I
No,
think I was at the Melbourne show of that tour.
I think it was D's Nuts as well. I don't remember, but they played at the Berkeley Community Center.
Yeah, man. I think a lot of those bands in the mid 2000s, like especially like Parkway Drive, that's how they kind of really drilled their name, like got their name for themselves, because they would literally tour all up the coast and hire out these halls and run underage shows and just play all these places that kids didn't get to see, live bands. And I think that's the best idea. Like if you could do it, I guess you still can, but there's a lot, there's different rules these days. But what they pretty much done was got in a van, just drove through all these towns and hired out a hall that come with security. And they must have had their own PA and stuff and just set it up and just run the gigs there themselves, which is a great idea. And if you've got the time, I recommend any band to do it. Like we done it in the early days, not so much the underage shows, but we were constantly in a van driving to every town we could possibly play, any gig, any show, just to get them out there. Yeah.
Yeah. Parkway Drive is like waving that Australian metal flag.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. They are like the pioneers of Australian metal. Even though they're getting older now, but like I haven't really listened to much of the newer stuff, but I remember the old Oxford Tavern here in Wollongong. They played during around that Killing with the Smile came around. They played there, and I still remember it, man. It was like a small little pub, and it was nuts. And I still have a picture of me in Winston and that. But those guys played everywhere. They played at the youth center in Wollongong. I think they did like a free secret show in Wollongong. I think for the Deep Blue album. I can't remember. But that band, from a small band from Byron Bay, now playing to sold out festivals like Vulcan and stuff like that. Yeah. Is that something that you could guys maybe see in the future?
I mean, I don't say no to. I don't think anything's impossible.
Yeah.
We'd love to do it. We haven't we've never applied for anything like that, or we haven't. It hasn't been a thing that we've fully discussed. I mean, we've spoken about the festival and said how cool it would be to play something as amazing as that. But we've been up to, just hasn't been on the list of things to push forward for. But I can see ourselves, if we're still doing all this, which I think everyone's still very, we're all in a good place right now, like a great headspace. And I'm literally working on music today. When I told you earlier that I'd be at my computer all day, I've got a new guitar sitting here with me.
We can get into that later on.
Yeah, I'm writing some new music. So look, man, we'd love to do the European festival circuit, like somehow get in there. We're definitely going to head over to Europe next year. We're in talks with a couple of promoters over there at the moment. So
cool.
We're reaching out. We're going to just test the waters. We haven't been to Europe before. We're probably going to go to Japan, which we've been to, but that was a long time ago. That was almost nearly 10 years ago, I think, probably 10 years ago. So we're going to hit back over there. For a bit of fun, yes, at some stage next year. But Europe will be the first time we've visited over there and rocked out. So we'll test the waters, see if people like it. Then if we're having a good time, that I think we'll reach out to some promoters. Like, it's all making contacts as well. So if we get over there and we can get a couple of people who run the festivals, or someone who's involved, to come out to some of the shows and check us out. If they dig it, there's So yeah, like I said, the possibilities, you never know. I could see us playing at one of those festivals. Yes, definitely.
The good thing with Arkham, though, and I know Matt Heathy mentioned about that too. He said that like as soon as the lineup for the next year's festival, it's already sold out.
Yeah, yeah,
It's not.
it's massive.
Yeah, like I'm not too sure what's the crowd capacity for that, but like everyone's there is just for music.
The
They
music.
don't
I
really care about the new bands or not.
yeah,
They're just there for a good time.
I was about to say I don't think the lineup matters too much to anyone that goes there because they've got the atmosphere.
Yeah.
They've got the metal family, so they know, the culture and everything. Everyone's around. Everyone's there for a good time. So even if
Mm,
they don't know a bunch of bands on that lineup, they're going to go there and they're going to check them out. Which
yeah.
that's fucking exactly what you want. Like maybe a couple of bands that but you can't go to a festival every year and friggin' watch the same old bands just keep doing it. Like, so new bands, even if they don't know them, they'll check them out.
Yeah.
And like, man, I've seen, some mates bands that have gone over and played the festival over there, and no one knows them, and they get a massive response. Like
Yeah.
on the day, I don't know how much it's pushed them or helped elevated them overseas, but I have watched footage of them and talked to those guys. That Hidden Intent, a few other bands have been over there, and friggin' hell, like, their crowds are massive. Like, they might be playing one of the smaller stages, but friggin'
Mm,
fucking awesome.
yeah.
So,
Even a small stage, but then playing in front of like maybe 50,000 people or whatever. That's still something, right?
oh yeah, yeah, it's all about the
Yeah.
show and the
Yeah.
moment. Mm,
And the energy that you get off in the crowd.
yeah.
You said you toured in Japan 10 years ago. Was that for a headline show or was that for a support act?
No, we actually supported Entombed.
Okay.
Entombed AD they were called then. So it still had the original singer and a couple of others, but no, we got asked by the promoter um, to, I forget how he got word of us. He must have just seen what we were doing over in Australia. They'd taken bands over the touring company for there. So we got invited over to that and played, I think, about 4 or 5 shows over there,
Yeah.
which was well organised. I mean, I didn't. Me and the promoter didn't see eye to eye on a bunch of things, but that's another story. But look, it was good fun. It was Japan,
Yeah.
like we were in a different country rocking out. Like there was nothing better. Like the like the Japanese people, that were at the shows were friggin' like they were amazing, man. They were lining up like hours before the show, and they'd have like little
Mm,
books with printout pictures of us and things for
yeah.
us to sign, and they gifted us with like gift bags.
Yeah.
With heaps of like little Japanese kind of culture, little like fans and all these things. I think one guy kept sneaking in bottles of sake, like that rice wine.
Oh, really?
He kept giving us a bottle, and we'd be drinking it, but we'd take it backstage. But he'd be just drinking it on the dance floor, and they'd kick him out, and then he'd walk out, and then he'd go to the shop and buy. They'd take his bottle off him. I don't know if
Yeah.
they kicked him out or they'd just take the bottle off him, and he literally walk out and walk next door and buy another bottle and walk back in, and they done it throughout the night. It was pretty
That's
funny. I
gold.
can't, like I said, it was 10 years ago, so I can't remember everything, but I do. Yeah. Like that dude was funny. Now that I think about it.
Whoever you are, dude, you're a legend. But
Yeah,
friggin' yeah, like the Japanese fan base for rock and metal is huge.
yeah, it really
You
is.
know?
There's a
Mass.
mate over there at the moment who plays in a band called Mystery. My mate Rocky, and they are touring. They're like a kind of like oldish like glam rock style band. Like
Okay.
I don't know what it's like. Maybe between Motley Crue and all those kind of bands. Even like what Steel Panther's doing, but they're not really like they're not taking the piss. They're having a good fun and a kind of good laugh, but they're shredding. But
yeah,
they're over there at the moment, and they're headlining their own tour, and it seems to look very successful. Like they've jumped on with a bunch of kind of bands doing the same stuff in Japan, and they're playing small clubs, but they're playing like 8 or something shows, and then having a couple like
oh wow,
they'll play 3 shows, have a break for 2 days, and do another couple. Look, and they're going well. Like I've seen I've been following their band stories and that, just just watching out of interest, and also I'm proud of all the Aussie bands that keep at it and really strive and and book stuff like overseas and do they're pushing, and I respect any band from Australia doing that, regardless if I'm into the music as much. Just because I know how hard it is. Like I've been doing it since like forever. It's hard work,
yeah,
There's a payoff.
yeah,
It's a small payoff, but it's kind of worth it. So these people that I still see doing the same as we're doing and staying active and pushing it as much as you can go, I've got a lot of respect for that.
yeah. Same with again like Parkway Drive. But I'm pretty sure there was like a documentary on them. I think it was like on the SBS preview channels.
Yep.
Yeah, and they were talking about how they went to therapy or something like that because the band was broke up or some shit.
I did see that. They were having a lot of trouble. I mean, it wasn't as humorous as Metallica's friggin' some kind of monster version of having therapy. But
Yeah,
Parkway, they had some internal issues, and I mean, every band has that. Like they've been around for a long time. Like they're not all going to see eye to eye on things, and creative, different like life changes for everyone. You can't be, if you're not changing, you're not growing, and those guys being so close to each other and working and living out of each other's pockets for so long and so many years, of course there's going to be tension and stuff there. But I think by the sounds of it, they got it all sorted, and I think they're doing, from what I know, Parkway's doing better than they ever have been. They're a lot more grounded now and able to communicate a lot better. So whatever they've done worked.
yeah, 100%. I'm glad that they're still going around doing what they do. So you opened up for Ghost, you opened up for Static X. Is there a band that you want to? Is there like a band that you like to open up for?
Is there a band I'd like to open up for?
Yeah.
Metallica.
Yeah.
I think, to me, that's an answer that a lot of metal bands would give. But there's plenty of bands I'd love to open for, but I think the ultimate would be Metallica, because that was the first. My first love from metal come from those guys, and we still use a lot of that influence. Like Witchgrinders are very, we're still playing a lot of things that are very Metallica sounding, and I think that was a dream as a kid. So I'd carry on. I think that's still something I'd love to do today.
Yeah.
But there's heaps of cool bands, man. I'd love to open for. Like, I'd love to just meet my idols, and I've met a couple, but when you get to share the stage with them, it's a bit different.
It's a different story. Yeah, you get to see them play every night, hang out with them for a bit, and travel to the next city. Yeah. I had Alan Poe, my buddy from the States, and he's got a band called Coffin Scum. They're really cool. We're talking about your band, and he's heard of you guys, and through me, and that's the image there. That's the band.
Oh, cool.
I would say, what's that?
I said cool. They look cool.
Yeah, they're awesome, man. Like the single Rock and Roll Cape Show is out on Spotify, and we also have some cool merch as well. But I was saying to him like, dude, like I could see like a little mini a dream lineup that you guys can do. Have Witchgrinder, Coffin Scum, and the Banker Spell Grinder. They're from the
Yep.
States as well. And they're really good. If you like they got that really old school like Wednesday 13 vibe.
Yep.
I'll
That's
have to
awesome.
send you some of the stuff. They just released a new album and
Yeah.
really, 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 really good. But where's that crackling noise coming from?
Yeah, I don't know. I can hear it your end, but I wasn't going to cut the interview because this is the second attempt.
Yeah, it's all good. Hang on. Let me just. Nah, it's all good. We can work through it. So you and I are guitar players. You say you got a new guitar.
Yeah. Where is it?
Yeah. So what did you get? Oh, very nice. LTD V. Plan B. Nice. Nice.
They I've been using like ESP LTD for a long time, and I've always had black guitars, which I still think are the coolest.
Yeah, true.
All I've pretty much done there is just gotten a white version of what I've already got.
Yeah.
It's mostly there's a few different things. It was partly a present by a really good friend Jojo for a birthday present. Not the full thing, but she helped me get it. She was just yeah, I gave her a hand with a few like setting up a bit of a recording studio for her, and I guess she just appreciated that a lot. And we've been good friends, so yeah, she helped me get that. She was like, "You need a new
That's
guitar."
cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
Retired the other ones.
I no, I'll be still be using my my black ones live, especially my LTD Alexi Leu series.
Oh, nice.
That's my go-to for live, but that'll come as a backup, and maybe not just a backup. Maybe I'll throw it on for a couple of songs and swap back to give the other one a rest, depending on how I'm feeling. But this the white one will definitely get some work on stage for sure.
Yeah. Do you normally change the pickups?
With this one, I didn't have to because it actually has a James Hetfield EMG pickup in it,
Ah,
which is awesome.
the
It sounds
blackouts.
yeah, it's not a blackout this one, but it's awesome. I'm not to be honest. I just know it's a Hetfield thing.
It might be one of his newer ones. Because didn't he just release that new EMGs recently? Not recently, but like a while ago or something like that.
Yeah, I think he did, but I don't think that's the newer one. I think that's a bit older.
I got the Jim Root EMG pickups, like the new ones that he's got. I haven't got an install in, but
yeah, mad.
yeah. So these I always get mixed up with active and passive pickups. Actives are the ones with the battery, yeah. Yeah. So this is like a cross of between two.
Yeah, nice, cool.
Yeah, I've heard that they sound really good. I think with EMG pickups these days now, they're a lot easier to install. Like before, you have to use like fucking the soldering iron and shit like that to put them together. But with these, you can just like connect them in. But I just haven't gotten the time to do it yet and stuff like that. Are you a guitar? Are you a guitar collector? Like, do you collect guitars or anything like that?
Guitar collector.
Yeah. Do you like collect guitars or anything like that?
Yes and no. Like if I get a guitar that I like, I can't let go of it.
Yeah.
So I have a bunch. I do have a lot of guitars here. And every time I think, I should sell one to, put towards another one that I like, I feel I can't let go. So I
Yeah.
don't really collect them, but I am starting to gather a lot of guitars.
Yeah. I'm the same a bit. Then I stopped after the pandemic.
Yeah.
And stuff like that. Which, like, I've been playing a lot of my golf lately.
Yeah.
A nice Epiphone with
Yep.
classic
Nice.
and stocks. Yeah,
So,
really good. One of my favorite guitars.
Black Goth series.
What's up?
I was just saying, I've got an Epiphone Black Goth series that I love, and that's like one of my first guitars that I find that I can't get rid of. I don't think I'd ever get rid of it because I don't think it'd be worth very much these days, and it's pretty banged up. But,
Yeah.
That's something that I'll never let go of.
Yeah, it's the same with my my Fender Stratocaster that I bought. It's like my first real guitar that I bought with my own money, and it's been through a lot of shit. It's been like the jack socket's been replaced multiple times and stuff like that. But like, yeah, it's one of those guitars I won't sell. I've had it for like maybe like 13 years or so.
Yep.
Covered in stickers. Inspired by Green Day and stuff like that. I do have a SpongeBob guitar.
Really?
Yeah. My best friend, my good friend, bought me this for my birthday a couple of years ago, man. Where's the zipper? Somewhere. Oh, here it is.
Like show and tell.
Yeah. And I don't know what brand or anything, but I don't play. What's that?
It's probably not very Witchgrinder, but
You can write some music with it. Get inspiration.
You could burn it on stage.
Yeah. But I don't play this one, man. I probably picked it up maybe once or twice, but it's one of those things that I don't want to touch anymore and stuff like that. It's a collector's edition and shit like that, man. But I do have a 7-string guitar and stuff like that, which I use. I can play every now and then. And I also just bought one of these. You seen these?
Yep.
Yeah, these things are cool. Affordable, more affordable than the whammy ones, but I like them. It's kind of safe to keep on tuning and changing strings all the time and all that stuff, with different gauges and all that shit. But yeah, that's one of my favorite pedals and stuff like that. But what gear do you normally use for recording and for playing live?
The gear that we use.
Yeah.
We always go for. It's a bit complicated, our setups.
Yeah.
We've just got like the R2, like we've got preamp and power amp pedals. So
Okay.
we don't get to drag around our heads anymore. But they're like programmed to have like a PV 5150 or Mezza tone with a tube screamer. That drop pedal that you just shown us, we've got them.
Cool.
The songs are different tuning.
Yeah.
We don't really. We know what sound we want, but like there's no
Yeah.
certain gear. Like you know, we can swap and change as long as we're getting the same tones. Like me and Scotty have, you know, we concentrate a lot on our tones and slightly want to be a little bit more, like he might chuck a bit more mid into his mix of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, as far as gear goes, we're very, I guess, diverse. Like we use a lot of different things on stage, depending what the show is and depending what sound we're trying to get out for smaller venues or for larger.
Yeah. Yeah. I remember seeing you guys playing for Static X with Soil. I think it was like last year or something like that at the Metro Theater. You guys sounded really good. Yeah, the first time I heard you guys, yeah, you guys sounded really, really, really good. I really like your tone and just like the whole band itself,
Yeah.
like we're just like spot on that night.
Thank you.
But
Yeah, we were super focused on that tour. We rehearsed. We hadn't actually rehearsed too much, but the band, once again, like as I was saying, we've just been in a very good place mentally and like headstrong and know what we wanted.
yeah,
You know, we came out swinging on that tour. Like we knew playing with bands like Static X and Soil that you know, to open for bands like that, we didn't want to let them down, but also we didn't want to let ourselves down of how much work we put into the band. We knew
yeah,
that people were going to be, lots of new people would be checking us out. So, you
yeah,
know, that Melbourne show in particular, we had our own sound engineer who mixed us. You know, he knew our sound, so he had it loud. I remember that much. I remember it being very, very loud, even on stage. But yeah, we done what we could at those shows, and we thought we done a good job. Like we had no major issues, which is great.
yeah,
You know, you don't want any of those big issues, especially on shows that you know, like kind of, you know, they're you know, you don't get to. Well, we don't get to play those shows that often, so like it's only occasionally when a band that we're suited for comes out to Australia, and we're lucky enough to open for them. Like that's a pretty special thing. So we put in all that we can.
yeah. No, that's awesome. And I'm pretty sure the lead singer from Soil is singing for Drowning Pool.
We've also opened for Drowning Pool before, but he wasn't the singer.
It would have been somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah. They've had a couple of singers. Obviously, the first singer passed away.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, it was pretty brutal back in the day. Yeah. But yeah, so Ryan, the singer from Soil, you know, we spoke to him. He was a really cool dude, and yeah, he's doing Drowning Pool, which I think it's his birthday today.
Oh, nice. Do you still
It's
keep
either
in contact with him?
today or yesterday. I seen him and CJ from Drowning Pool on his Instagram with a shopping trolley full of booze. So
yeah. Do you still keep in contact with them?
The drummer stays good contact with the drummer from Soil. I'm not sure he's still the drummer for Soil, but I know, yeah, our drummer seems to keep in contact with bands a bit more often than I do. I reach out every now and then, like I said, you know, it was his birthday yesterday or today. I can't remember which day, but, you know, I sent him a private message and wished him a happy birthday and things like that. Like certain people, you know, it's easier to reach out to if you got a bit more time to spend with them on tour and I would say gel because but I think the more time you get to spend with someone on tour, the more it's just like anything, you get a bit closer and a bit more friendly, and then it's cool to reach out. There was like a lot of people on the actual crew of the Static X tour that I've stayed in contact with more than the bands.
Yeah, that's cool.
They're all in bands still in the States and stuff, but in different bands. But yeah, I stayed in because I was spending a lot of time with them, so we I still keep in contact with them. A bunch of other people, some dudes from the band Pain, Jonathan, I keep in touch with him a lot.
Yeah,
and it's cool. I just we never know when we're going to run into each other again. If it's going to be a gig or we're going to be traveling. So it's nice to stay in contact with bands that you play. Even same thing goes for any band, even local bands.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, the thing about traveling and touring, and you meet new people on the road, and they become your best friends, and that, which is cool. But let's dive into some horror movies and stuff. Have you been watching anything lately, horror movies or anything like that? Have you been keeping up with any of the newer stuff?
I remember you asking me that question before it dropped out last interview.
Yeah,
movies like there's no full movies that have stuck. Like there's I watch horror movies all the time, so I can't keep up with titles and stuff. But the obvious ones that stuck out to me in the last year or so, like I loved Evil Dead Rise. I know
same.
a few people didn't seem to like it, but I thought it was great. I reckon they touched on a bunch of stuff from the old Evil Deads, and brought a new kind of it's the first one like not really shot out in the cabin, or apart from Army of Darkness, and I think you know what I mean. It was refreshing to see a new take on it, and I thought it was awesome. So there was that. There was the Australian movie Talk to Me. I like that.
Yeah.
If you've seen that, I don't. I think they've done a great job. Like it was their first movie. Some young dudes from
Adelaide,
from Sydney or something.
It was from Adelaide.
From Adelaide, were they?
Yeah. They were on Joe Rogan's podcast.
Yeah, two
What's that?
brothers.
Yeah. Joe Rogan had him on their podcast and stuff like that. I was talking about.
I've seen some interviews with them. They've and they were saying how they've got like ADHD, and you can kind of tell in their interviews how like friggin' excited they are and jumping around. They just seem very happy to be where they're at, and it's good because like that film was great. I can't wait to see what they do next as a follow up. If they do a Talk to Me 2 or something, I hope they stay with horror and put out some good stuff like that. Because like I said, that that movie it was up there for the budget that they had. They managed to pull it off. So,
yeah, exactly right. Yeah, I like What's that?
I was just saying, there's a bunch of cool movies that I've seen lately, but there's also a bunch of awesome movies like coming out, especially next month in August. Like I actually just won tickets to go see the new like psych thriller Longlegs. I don't know if you've seen.
I want to see that movie. That looks so good.
Melbourne Horror Society had a competition, and it was some horror question that I friggin' knew straight away. So I just read it in and sent it to them, and I was lucky enough. I checked my email yesterday morning, and I noticed I had 2 tickets there sitting there. So I'll probably go check that out. I think it comes out tonight.
I think so.
I'll see it Thursday or Friday, so I'm pretty excited. We've got the new Alien movie coming out in a few weeks.
I can't wait to see that too.
Yeah, I'm super excited, man. I love it when new movies just start dropping like the horror movies. It's always about mid-year, always around this time, and yeah, that's why I get mixed up, because I watch these and then they kind of stop for a little while, and then I'm watching a bunch of little B grade ones, or I switch it up and I start watching a bunch of comedy and just TV series and smashing through that, or whatever I do in the time when I'm not writing music or out drinking or whatever else I do at work.
Yeah.
So yeah, I do spend a lot of time. Oh, well, I spend a lot of time on video games too, which I probably shouldn't as much. But it's good fun. It's relaxing. It's like watching the horror movies and stuff. So
yeah, I actually watched In a Violent Nature was great.
what was that? Sorry.
In a Violent Nature, it's sort of like the Friday the 13th spin-off a little bit. Like it's slow, but like there's no like background music or anything. Like it's just silence and shit like that. Yeah, it's fucking brutal as shit. And I watched there's another Australian movie. They were talking about it. Late Night with the Devil.
Yeah.
That was filmed in Melbourne.
Was it called Late Night? Did you say?
Yeah, Late Night with the Devil.
Oh yeah, of course. Yeah, I've seen that. Yeah, I've seen that.
You seen it?
Yeah, I wasn't a huge fan of it.
I liked it. I liked it because it kind of brought back, like they went through like that 70s vibe in that movie.
I mean, I liked it up until. Sorry about that.
All good.
I liked the story and the vibe. I liked the idea, but to me, the movie didn't quite get to that level I was expecting. I think I was looking for. I don't know, because there wasn't much in the. I didn't. I tend not to watch the previews or read any reviews or anything before I see a horror movie, because I like going in and getting to know. So I think it just threw me off because it wasn't what I expected.
Yeah, the ending was a bit weird.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's
the way it had ended. But like, it kind of had that like Exorcist and like the Conjuring vibe to it, but live on TV, which was like, but I enjoyed it. Like, where did I watch it? Oh yeah, I streamed it on Shudder, but like I download like the VPN for it, so I can like watch the American like Shudder and stuff like that. But what's that? What was that?
I said you might get in trouble. Don't say that here.
Yeah.
Nah.
But
it was on Shudder in Australia.
Yeah, there is, but like the American version and the Australian version are two different ones, because they have like different movies a bit.
Yeah.
And that, like, I noticed on Netflix in America, they got like the Chucky series on Netflix in the States.
Yeah.
And that was good too, by the way.
Yeah, I really liked the Chucky series. I thought it was good fun.
Apart from the last season, that kind of put me off a little bit.
Is that the one in the White House?
Yeah, and then he went to space or some shit.
I haven't watched that one yet, but I'll get around to it.
Yeah, it's okay. But like, the first season, I thought that was fantastic. I'm pretty sure they're doing a Crystal Lake one of Friday the 13th.
I've seen that. It's been put off and put back on and put off again, but I think they're back on the road to getting that start filming again, and getting it wrapped up. That'll be interesting. It'll be good.
Yeah,
Hopefully.
wasn't it like a court battle?
I think so. I didn't overly look into it, but yeah, I think things changed names, and while in the middle of touring, which that stuff happens. It happens in the music industry as well. Like when bands are on labels and could be in the studio, and halfway through their recording their album, then they get dumped, and then stuck because they don't have the money to finish their record, so they have to find other places. Like so many things. So I'm guessing that's probably around the same thing that's happened with like it happens in the film industry as well. So hopefully we get to see it. Some things just get put away forever, and we never get to see people's art, and it's a massive shame.
Yeah,
especially if they keep control of it and lock it up. So you've done it all. Like there's heaps of horror stories that I've heard. That's funny because we're talking about horror stories and movies, but talking about just real life stories about bands that recorded with like certain record labels that have shelved their music, like their albums, said it's not the right time to release it, or whatever reasons they've got, and still this could have been 20 years ago, and their album still has never been released to this day. Like they've kept it, and even if their contract's broken, I don't understand. I've never been in this situation, but I've just heard people that have 20-year-old albums that they've never been able or legally allowed to release because they were under a certain label. And I just think that's a joke. It's such a shame.
Yeah.
When a creator loses control or access to their own art.
Yeah. It's like that with wasn't it like that with Metallica? How it was a couple of years ago how they got rights to their own music.
Yeah. I think with Metallica though, it wouldn't have been a overly, like they still had so much right. They didn't completely own all their music, or the recording. Sorry, it would have been up in all things. So now Metallica own fully every share in their music. Like they own it all, so they can do whatever they want with the back catalogue. No record companies are holding it to go. Oh, we can. It's time to do a best of and do all this. There's a lot of things, but Metallica, they've always had pretty smart people behind the scenes with them, in regards to all that. So, they still had a lot of creative freedom and a lot of their owning rights already. But, now they've just got their own label and they just do it all by themselves, like with their team. But younger bands that get excited and get offered a deal, or even young movie makers that probably get signed up, sign these deals where they're really stuffing themselves unless you've got really good advice. We have been approached by a few labels, but nothing super crazy where we've had to seek legal advice and make sure we're doing the right thing. But we make sure we even still with just our certain little distribution things and just anything, we try to stay very in control of our music and how we put it out. And like this latest album, we've done this independently. We're about to sign some distribution deals just so it's more easier access for people to purchase physical copies and things like that overseas. But regards to signing anything where our music rights would get taken away, or our music would get taken, I don't think I'd be doing that anytime soon.
The the music industry is like the devil. You know, you sign that one thing and then you stuck with it forever. I guess. Like it is what it is in the music industry, man. So yeah. So since we're like, we're leaning towards the end of the year, are you guys gonna be playing out throughout the new year? Like towards the new year?
Yes, we have we've got, so after this tour we do have Metal to the Max, which is a festival it's the first year of it, out at Silverton at the old Mad Max 2 compound.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, it's super cool, man. Like the lineup's massive. I think there's 20 and 30 bands out there for 2 days.
Oh wow.
Camping out in the desert, Mad Max style, and so Road Warrior style, like, it'll be awesome, and it'll suit us because we already dress like we're living in apocalyptic stuff, like our style on stage.
Yeah.
So we've got that. We're really, really looking forward to that because there's a bunch of great bands that we love, and it'll be cool to be out of that Mad Max territory place. We also have another festival that hasn't been announced yet. That's at the end of November. Apart from that, on the tour side, we'll be slightly quiet unless something does pop up that we're very interested in. But
yeah,
I think this August tour and those couple of shows will most likely see out the year because we're very focused on the touring next year. When I was speaking about earlier, overseas,
yeah,
we're looking towards that, and we're also back writing. Even though the album, just come out a month or two ago, we are, some of those songs were like they were written last year. It was only a matter of recording and then getting them out. And we do have a bit of downtime at the moment as a band. We're also there's a few band things that we're working towards. So we're working to a new stage performance, like a few new lights and like other things, like some crazy visuals and heaps of really super cool stuff that we're trying to get ready for next year's round of shows, which will just be bigger production live and things like that. Working on an album and working on getting overseas. But I mean, we're still taking in all the stuff from, this release. Like, it was only about 3 months ago that this album came out. So it's all cool, but kind of, it's great for our fans. Our fans have got something to listen to, but we've kind of already moved on. We're ready to, we want to keep moving because, like I said, we're all in a great headspace at the moment, which, if we are in that headspace, we might as well keep writing and pushing and doing all these things because it just means we've got something that's happening at the moment that we're all feeling, and we're on an awesome run, and we just want to see where it takes us.
Yeah, awesome. Yeah, man, and keep the momentum going. Yeah,
That's it.
Yeah. Well, dude, it's nice to see you again for part 2.
Yeah, it's great.
Normally when I do these part 2 things, I wait for like a year, so we have like more to talk about and all that type of things. But like we'll make we made it up for last time and stuff like that. But this episode will probably be released next week, as I've already released a new one already. So go and check that out. But dude, we really appreciate you. Go and check these guys out in the town near you. And any last word?
No, I just thank you. I appreciate you having a chat to me. It's always good to chat with you. So I'm sure we will talk in the next album, or when something new comes up, or we'll have another chat. But thank you very much.
Yeah, man. Anytime, dude. If you come into Wollongong, let me know.
we're coming close.
Yeah.
I'll.
You'll know. Have you picked up?
You'll know.
Is there a venue? Ah, yeah. If you're playing at La La La's or something like that, I'll be there.
We'll be close. We'll be near that way for something towards the end of the year that I was speaking about earlier. But yeah, I can't say anything yet. In the next month,
man,
you'll see. So just follow. Follow all the socials. You know what to do.
Yeah, will do, man. Right, buddy. Thank you very much, everyone. Go and like and subscribe to his band. And go and like and subscribe to my YouTube channel and follow me on Instagram and everything like that. And I'll see you guys all next time. Peace out, everybody.